This is the COMA Girl Daily Podcast, written by Stephanie Bond. December 11th, Sunday. The door opened and Jack Terry strode in, carrying a bag of food. Hi, Marigold. Jack. I managed past a throat that feels as if it's lined with broken glass. He came up short. You talked. Hey, the feeding tube is gone. Listen. I swallowed painfully, then glanced at the cup of warm broth sitting on my bed tray. Teddy had been letting me sip on it, but had been called away with the promise to return. Do you want a sip first? Jack asked. To save my throat, I blinked twice. He held the thin straw to my mouth and guided it between my lips. I sip a tiny amount of the broth, then swallow. Listen. I repeat. I'm listening. Man. Man? He prompted. I blinked twice. Georgia. I blinked once. Man. George. I blinked twice. Gulpin. George. Gulpin? Close enough, I hope. Parole. I blinked twice. Jack held the straw to my mouth for another tiny, soothing sip. You're trying to tell me about a man who's on parole? I blinked twice. Danja. He repeated. Danger. I blinked twice. Did this man threaten you? I blinked once. No. Then who's in danger? George. He's the one in danger? I blinked twice, practically limp with relief. Do you know this man, George? Jack asked, pulling out a notebook. I blinked once. No. Did you overhear something? I blinked twice. Okay. Jack scratched his temple, then reached for his phone. I'm putting out an inquiry on parolees named George Gulpin. He punched several buttons, then set down his phone. Anything else you want to tell me now that you have your voice back? I blinked twice. I'm listening. Spunner. Spooner. David Spooner? I blinked twice. What about him? Birdley. Dina Birdley? Man. Dina. Dean. I blinked twice. Dean Bradley. The guy connected to the assault on Keith Young? Yes. I hiss. David Spooner and Dean Bradley? They know each other? I blink once. No, they don't know each other? My throat is on fire. I lift the fingers on my right hand a fraction of an inch and put the first two fingers together. They're together? Jack asked. I grunt. David Spooner and Dean Bradley are together? I grunt louder. They're the same person, he said, as realization dawned. I blink twice, exhausted, but triumphant.
Hello, this is Stephanie Bond, author of the COMA Girl Daily Podcast. What do you think will happen next? If you'd like to discuss the story with other listeners, check the show notes for a link to join the Facebook group and for links to other serials I've written. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode of COMA Girl.